I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again, now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you? Don't be afraid, just let go of your fears, 'cause you know you can do it, baby. Dance them away. Now you know how it feels, now you know you can do it, baby. And let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you? I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again, now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you?
Hi friends, this is Heather from Brutus Monroe. I'm the creative director here, and I wanted to run through making my anniversary card with you guys. I thought this would be a great way of showcasing so many of our products. I'm celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary, which I think is silver, and there's so many great products. So I'm going to use the Sunny Sentiments, the Marbled Magic paper pad, some Midnight cardstock, some A2 card bases, the Fall Forest stencil, the magic powder bag that's refillable, love that, Raven detail ink, and our clear embossing ink, our Aqua Splash White, which has no metal or mica in it, the Sterling Shimmer Splash, which is metallic. I love these little crystals. We're going to be using the light pink and the Sterling embossing powder. So let's get started. I'm just going to put this on the side for right now. So the first thing I did as a jumping point is grabbing this paper pad, and I absolutely love it for all of the wonderful different options that are available. So this paper pad has all of these fantastic colors in them, and my husband's favorite color is pink and mine is purple. So I thought that this would be a great way of showcasing both of those colors in a fun way. So I grabbed this piece. This really spoke to me. What I'm going to do is cut it down. I like to have a piece that is cut down to an A2 card size because it allows me to focus on the exact art space that I am working off of. And so that is 5.5 by 4.25. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a piece of silver metallic paper, and I am going to cut that also down to A2 size. This is again something that I do just to kind of help me center exactly all of my pieces, if that makes sense. And then the last one I'm going to trim down also is my Midnight cardstock. Now, since I am using a scrap, I am just going to take this down to 5.5. And this is already cut down. Fantastic. So I have my pieces, and that allows me to focus where those need to go. And the next thing I do is I get my A2 pre-cut, pre-scored card base out so I can kind of visually see where I want everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and add this on here. And we have some great double-sided easy tear tape options on brutusmonroe.com, which I love. And then just trying to figure out the size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down, and since this is A2, I know that if I just take 1/4 of an inch to start with, from two sides, since it doesn't matter. There is no pattern on this paper. And what I do is I see if that's how much I want to show of my background paper. And I do love how it's just peekabooing behind. So that perfectly sets up for the next piece. And then what I'll do is I'll take this down by a 1/2 inch. So this would be 5 by 3.75. And again, since there's no pattern that I'm worried about right now, this is the perfect time to get all of those pieces lined up. I'm loving how all of those metals are showing through. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to go ahead and attach my metal piece down. There you go. Now, as you noticed, I did not do anything with this yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some low tack tape that we carry called pixie tape. And the really cool thing is with the stamp grid mat that we carry, I'm able to line it up using the grid. And then Christopher came out with this amazing stencil. And I get to addition, and this is the other fun thing. So many of you are trying to decide which way do we turn a stencil, but this fall forest stencil, it really doesn't matter. So if I wanted to spotlight this way, or if I wanted to spotlight it this way, I can audition all those different pops. I'm kind of loving this. I love this funky flower. Oh, I think that's the ticket. Now, the one thing I will do, because I am going to use embossing ink, and I want to be careful where it's going, I am going to put our tape so that it covers up the other parts of the card. And then I'm going to take our embossing ink and I am going to ink my image up. And I love how you can use the embossing ink from Bruce Monroe virtually on any product. Ceramics, glass, fabric, metal, even paper. It's oil-based, so I could just watermark this, but because I want to bring in that silver, I'm just going to carefully remove this. Can you see where that's done? And what I'm going to do is just take the scrap paper that I have on the side here, and I'm just going to fold this up. And I'm going to put some sterling embossing powder. And then I am going to take a brush and remove the embossing where I don't want it to go. And I really don't want this down here, so this is a perfect time to remove that. And I can remove all these other areas that I don't want. Now, if I was looking for perfection, I would have used the magic powder bag right before that step, but I'm not going for perfection, so that works. And what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to heat set. And what you want to do is set your heat gun off to the side so that it heats up. And then I like to start it on the back and then move to the front. And literally what I'm doing is as soon as it starts to get shiny, I can move to the next area. You guys see the magic that's happening? So cool. You know, I was learning to emboss. I was so frustrated until I found Brutus Monroe's embossing powder and ink. And it has made such a difference because you can do like 30 cards at once and then come in and do all of these at once. And if you don't see a shiny spot, hit it now. And then I'm just going to wait like 15 seconds so it solidifies. And then I can come in here. Oh, so cool. How is that? And then I'm going to take Christopher's die cutting tray, and I have the Aqua Splash White and the Shimmer Splash Sterling. So I see so many people a little bit confused on how to use these, and what I love is there is a brush right in here, and what I like to do is I can prime it. You don't want to shake it if it's an aqua pigment, but you can with these, which is so cool. Now the Aqua Splash, it does not have any type of metal or mica, and what I like to do is just take another pen or my brush and come in here and you can see how that's just adding more depth and layers, because you know I love my layers. And then I'm just going to close this up, and this is the other thing that's really cool about these, because I don't have to use different brushes, I don't have to worry about cleaning it, I can just set it right in there. And I'm just going to go in with the sterling. And I'm going to do the same thing. Tap, tap, tap. And what this does is it just adds some extra dimension to your card. And then you can stop whenever you would like, which I'm kind of loving where that is right now. So let's audition it against our background piece. I mean, oh, yes. Okay. Sorry, I could stare at that all day. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat set this. so I can put my sentiment on. And I just love how quickly these dry, and they almost look three-dimensional, and they also set in all at the same time. So beautiful. Okay. So I was going to use the Raven detail ink, but I think instead I am going to use the Alabaster, which is the white, which I think that will show up. And this is from the Sunny Sentiment set. There's just so many, but I like this middle one. It says it doesn't have to be perfect to be just right. So cool. So if I... And what's really cool about the Misty is it allows you to get perfect placement each and every time. So I'm just going to now this is a trick that I will do. I will sometimes take a scrap piece of paper, especially if I haven't used the stamp in a while, and I will put it on top so I can test it out. Does that make sense? Now with the Alabaster, you do not want to push too hard. It's a pigment ink, and I think that's perfect. So that's exactly the look I'm going to look for. So I'm going to take my practice piece off, and I'm just going to ink up my sentiment. And again, gentle. I don't want to push too crazy and have it smear. But look, doesn't that look great? And then I'm just going to take some of our amazing Squeaky Clean. This is the pumpkin roll. Oh, it smells so good. And I am just going to clean off with one of our microfiber cloths. Stamp set. Now, because it's pigment ink, it does take a little bit of time to dry, so I'm just going to speed that up by hitting it with the heat gun. Again, set it off to the side, start warming it up. And I'm just going to set it. Now I could have used, if I wanted to give it more depth, I could have done a second embossing with Alabaster, but I kind of love how that just adds a dimension. see how it's coming together. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add my double-sided tape again. Just being a little cautious because some of that stuff, even though I hit it with the heat gun, might not have fully dried. I'm just going to set this. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to do, and I can come in here with some glue to just get some of the edges. Because I have that fine tip. A little bit of glue. Perfect. And then I am going to add those flat backed crystals. I love this little triangle tray that we have. And this is the light pink shift. And I'm just going to add it in a couple of places again to add some more dimension. Oopsie. Trying to decide if I need to add more gems. I kind of like where we're at because of all the sparkle and all the splashes. Just kind of do some of that for us. And I'm going to call it a done card. So what do you think? I love how it's silver for the 25th anniversary, and I love how it's has all this dimension and layers. So it's exactly what I was looking for. So the perfect Brutus Monroe products for a perfect anniversary card. Thank you guys. Again, this is Heather from Brutus Monroe. I'm the creative director here. Make sure you check everyone's videos out because I know that you'll find things to love as much as we do. Thank you, and remember to create something every day, as Christopher says, and create your own